Hello everybody, this is Helena and I'm your Maths for Further Education external lecturer, and I'm going to help you study through Topic 7, Algebra and Formula in Maths for Further Education. The very first concept you need to understand before we can start studying algebra is the concept of an unknown. Let's call it a number whose value we don't happen to know. Because we don't know what the value of the number is, we're just going to call it x. So x is a number, we just don't happen to know what its value is. But we can perform operations on x. We can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication and division on x and other numbers. And because we can perform operations on x, that means that those operations must follow the rules that we have learned so far when we've referred to ordinary numbers. So we're going to call x, as I've already said, the unknown. It's a number, I don't know its value. Now, if I was adding two numbers together, say 5 plus 5, you can tell me that that's equal to 10. But if you think about it, here I've really got two 5s that I'm adding together. So that means that 5 plus 5 is actually equal to 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is equal to 10, just as 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. So what would happen if I wanted to add two numbers, x plus x? Because I don't happen to know what the value of x is, I can't write any number for x plus x, but I do know that it must be equal to 2 times x, because I've got one x here and another one there, so I've got two x's. Now in algebra, 2 times x we write in an abbreviated form as 2x. Now if I wanted to add 4 plus 4 plus 4, you know that that's equal to 12. But I do have 1, 2, 3 lots of 4, so I could have written it as 3 times 4. So similarly, if I happen to have 3 unknowns, and this time I'm going to call the unknown y plus y plus y, I am adding together 1, 2, 3 y's, so I can say, well, that's 3 times y, which I can write as 3y in abbreviated form. So now let's practice some addition and subtraction of algebraic terms. 2x plus 5x. Well, what is x? We don't know what x is, but let's call x, let's say it's apples. So if I have 2 apples plus 5 apples, how many apples do I have? 7 apples. I just add the two constants at the beginning, the numbers that are multiplied by x. And the answer then is 7 times x. Let's try another one. X plus 2x plus 5x. Well, there doesn't appear to be a constant value in front of the x. There. So it's just 1x, isn't it? So even though there isn't a 1 written there, it's actually implied this is just a single x. So we've got x plus 2x plus 5x. 1 plus 2 plus 5 is 8. And because we're adding these, we're saying x is an apple, 8x. We've got 8 apples. What if we were performing subtraction? 7y subtract 3y. Well, it's exactly the same thing now. We look at 7 egg yolks, subtract 3 egg yolks. How many would you have left? 4 egg yolks. And one more. This time I'm going to use a different variable. I'm going to call it p. (9p) subtract 8p. Maybe p a pence in our old monetary system. 9 pence subtract 8 pence. It would be just p left over there. So that was practicing our addition. What if we want to do multiplication and division? So now we're going to practice our multiplication. And let's just remind ourselves that if we have 5 times x, we can write that as 5x in abbreviated form in algebra. Now what if we have 2 times 5x? So that means we need to multiply the two numbers that we have. 2 times 5 is equal to 10. But don't forget the x, that was in the multiplied position. So the answer there is 10x. Try another one. 7x multiplied by 3. Again, the two numbers are multiplied. 7 times 3 is 21. Multiplied by x, so we must put the x on the right hand side in the multiplied position. 21x. What if we want to practice some division in algebra? X divided by 6. Well, we can write that as x over 6. Let's just make this a little bit smaller so I have a bit more room to work on. What about 21y divided by 3? Well, 3 divides into 21 7 times. 3 divides into 3 once. So our answer is 7y. Just a little bit more room, one more. (25x) divided by 5. We write as 25 times x all over 5. 5 divides into 25 5 times, 5 divides into 5 once. Answer is 5 times, don't forget the x here that's multiplied, so 5 times x.